Hello, everyone, and welcome to Earth to Primus, my attempt at making a Ben 10 podcast. This will certainly be interesting. I'm not sure how far this is going to go, but I hope it does take off. So, this is episode 1, Plan of Action. Lol. So, here's what I was planning for what this podcast would be about. It pretty much would be for keeping up with the latest happenings in the Ben 10 world, both canon and fanon, meaning in both the actual show and the fandom, like the fans of the show. So, I could do a whole bunch of different segments, like reviews of new episodes, and if there are no new episodes, I could go back to the original series and do some cool episodes from that, like nostalgia reviews. Then, different spotlights for things, like an alien spotlight, character spotlight, villain spotlight. Then, every episode, I would have a certain theme to discuss, or maybe not every episode, but certain ones, like shipping, or the video games, I don't know. And then I could also do breaking news, leaks, and rumors, like the whole clockwork equals the mystery alien thing. That's not true. Just clearing that up. I bet everybody knows that by now. Also, theory of the day, sometimes. Random factoids. For example, Goop weighs 200 pounds. Bet you didn't know that. Actually, some of you probably did. Many of you probably did. I'm going to stop blathering about that now. Trivia quizzes and contests. Also, maybe a spotlight on fan fiction writers or fan artists. Interviews, if I figure out how to have a live chat going on while I'm doing this. I doubt I can do that with GarageBand, which is what I'm using right now, but I'll figure it out as I go along. And also an Ask the Viewer segment, where I ask a question at the end of the episode and you guys send in your answers. So, let's get started then, shall we? I just wanted to say happy Ben 10 week, everybody! I haven't been able to watch the episodes that they've been playing or anything because my parents don't let me watch TV during the week. But it's still Ben 10 week, which is cause for celebration all in itself. And I can't wait for the new Ben 10,000 Returns episode. Anyway, so I know this is kind of late, but I'm going to do a review on the latest episode, It's Not Easy Being Gwen. Yeah, it was amazing, I think. So, I'm sorry if I kind of fail at this, because I haven't watched it since the premiere, and haven't been able to watch it again. So, I have notes here. Hopefully, they will remind me of some things that I probably forgot. Okay, first things first. Even the opening, like, the first scene, within the first, I was like, oh my god, mutant frog. The exact same mutant frog from Washington, D.C., the second episode. I was, like, freaking out. Ah! And I feel so cool, because I recognized it. And I'm like, yes. Anyway, so that made me feel really, really awesome. So, I'm kind of sad that it was in the background, though, for the entire episode. But yeah, it was so cool. Now, after that, after the whole mess with the frog at the beginning, we proceeded to see Gwen's morning routine. I totally called that this was going to be how the episode started. It's always how these sort of episodes start. And what surprised me was that she, the first thing she did was go for a walk in the morning. You'd think that she got enough exercise as is? But apparently not. It was fun to see her studying French. If I liked grapefruits, this episode would have made me crave grapefruits extremely. It made me crave waffles with the whole waffle iron thing. But I did learn some French from it, which was cool. Pamplemousse. I don't think I pronounced that right. So, Gwen's mom, total snob. I'm sorry. I don't really like her character. Well, I like her character as a character, but I wouldn't like her as a real person. She's just so, like, ugh. Normal people don't glow. quote unquote. She doesn't seem very supportive of Gwen and all of her weirdness that she can't really help. So, and then she made her write out letters. I forget, it was for some family reunion thing, I think. And Gwen, of course, tried to use a magic spell to write the letters. You'd think she would have learned by now. In TV shows, magic always backfires when you're using it for mundane things. It never, ever works. And since she's been a TV show for the past 5 years of her life, even if she doesn't know yet, you'd think that she made the connection by now. Recalling the visitor from the original series when she tried to set that table. So then she went to school. Her friend Emily made me squee. It's like, the best friend, I don't think I've ever seen somebody with a best friend who's in, like, a main character with a best friend who's, like, just in a wheelchair. And I guess to Emily, Gwen must be a very useful friend. I mean, like, Insta-ramps. Stairs would never be an issue. But you gotta wonder if Emily found out about, Ben and Gwen, the whole alien thing, before the secret got out. You know, I think Gwen might tell her. I don't know. That's just something we might find out. I found that it was rather hilarious. This is kind of getting ahead of myself, but I found that it was pretty hilarious how Ben actually went out with Emily, and she hates him now. I don't know how she got to the top of a radio tower in the first place. I guess Spider Monkey carried her up there. That was pretty random. But when did he even have time to do that? I think, was it like between between Absolute Power and Transmogrification of Eunice, or Eye of the Beholder? Must have been. Or else he would have been cheating on Julie, which would be bad. So, then, getting back to the beginning of the episode, Kevin shows up with shirt rippage. Fan service! Woo! But yeah, I just... on the whole episode overall, I thought it was really fun to just watch the whole Animo problem progress with, like, that video that was posted online and the frogs during the French test. Oh, man. But... so, then, it turns out that Kevin, in fact, does not go to high school. I had pretty much pieced this together from the beginning, or at least figured it. Just for the same reasoning that Gwen said. He doesn't go to Gwen's school. I'm pretty sure he doesn't go to Ben's school. So, it just made sense. Besides, well, I always just figured he was an emancipated minor, or something like that. He probably is. But I thought it was really sweet how Gwen decided to help him study for that high school equivalency test, and oh, Gwen's back! So, makes me so happy, but then Jet Ray had to come ruin it. Pfft, Jeffrey. But yeah, so then when Gwen went back to school and did her French test, and I love her French teacher. Oh my god. Her French teacher was like my favorite character in that episode. I don't know why. She was just hilarious. And I was really expecting when, like, the frogs were attacking outside of her school, Gwen would just, like, lean out the window and shoot a few energy beams at it just to help Ben and Kevin out. Because, you know, they were there. Which just reminded me of something from earlier. A quote. Or maybe it was later in the episode. Yes, Mom, I know Ben's probably on the news. No, I am not with him. I don't think that was exactly it, but, you know. So, then